I just finished work. It's been a long day and now I'm just heading home. I was just thinking while driving and an interesting subject came to mind, and it's along the lines of hustle, work, building skills, capacity, survival. And it's a quite popular topic at the moment, especially amongst males, and a lot of women are getting into the particular subject area. It is called Forex. Yeah. How many of you have lost money to Forex? Drop a yes in the comment section. I bet that is most of us. The trend is generally that you have more people losing money than making money. And this applies to all types of businesses that follow the Forex, crypto format. Roughly gambling, basically. Because that is what it is. People try to talk about how there is a certain skill to Forex. Yes, there might be a skill, but in terms of that skill tying straight to profitability, it's not so obvious. Yeah. And most people who end up becoming really profitable trading Forex or stocks or playing the markets are people who engage in insider trading. So you have, stories like Trump's family making money off fake news put out around oil, the oil price at the time. During the start of this Iran-America conflict, there were a lot of speculations, and Trump's family had access to, very, very juicy information, took advantage of that information and made themselves some money. So basically, people who have special knowledge, knowledge reserved for a few, get this information and are able to make trades based on that information that put them at an advantage over other traders. There's that. And there's also luck, because based on the divine law of probability, things could go left and things will go right. So in a situation where things are going left, wrong all the time, 50 times, and you get things going right one good time, you can't get too excited, please, man. Because for every one person who wins in Forex, there's like 100,000 people that fail. So the balance isn't really there. It doesn't make sense. I say all of these to say, most of you who are looking to go into Forex don't know what you're doing. And I promise you, most of you are gonna make losses that make money. And that's because the entire scope of the Forex crypto market is rigged against new entrants. And a lot of the people who have succeeded in trading, or dealing with the markets, the crypto space, future space, are mainly people who have attained Zen mode. I say Zen mode because if there's anything I learned from trading, it is myself, my weaknesses, my shortcomings, and the things in my nature that prevent me from expressing as a healthy human being. And one of those things I learned quickly was greed. I promise you, most human beings don't even realize it, but to a certain degree, we all suffer from greed to a level. You make a gain, and instead of protecting what you've gained, you're almost willing to sacrifice what you've gained, just to add more. Call it greed, call it lack of content, whatever you want to call it. That is one thing you would quickly learn about yourself when you trade. And most people who are successful in trading either build an ability, to not be greedy, to know when to call quit, stop the game, rest and get back. These are the people who make it far trading Forex. People like Warren Buffett. You got a few good traders like this. most times, I repeat, people who get into trading lose money. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how many years you've been trading. I promise you, you will lose money. You will lose money. But one benefit I tell you of trading is it keeps your mind active. Even while you're losing money, your mind is still active. Doing something that is seemingly productive. I'm saying seemingly productive, not in the sense of you making money while you're trading, but you actively learning. You're learning about, the markets. You're learning about the laws of demand, supply. You're learning about global currencies. You're learning about economics. You're learning about the financial markets. You're learning about current affairs. You're learning about fundamental analysis. You're learning technical analysis. You're improving your qualitative skills, or rather, qualitative and quantitative skills. So in general, there's a lot you learn from engaging in Forex, but money is not, I'd say, one of the biggest takeaways for most people who engage in trading. The other soft lessons are most times the benefits you get. So I can sit down here and talk for hours about the Forex market. I could talk about gold. I could talk about NG. I could talk about silver. I could talk about palladium. I could talk about copper. I could talk about futures. I could talk about all types of garbage. But have I really made money from Forex? I mean, on my level, I would say I performed better than most people I know, but even that performance still falls way behind what you would define as successful. Maybe I'll disclose the figure on a later date. But stay tuned, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and stay away from Forex.